smoke is billowing out from the side of the ship. The Wookiees all come running forward here and swinging from the trees and dropping to the deck in front of them. They're yelling and hoots and hollers and whatnot. As you guys, last thing you see is all these large furry animals moving in on you and scooping you up, and you feel yourself lifeless bodies being, not lifeless, but weakened bodies being lifted and swinging through the trees and towards, and as you guys begin to black out.
What's the difficulty of a deception check against them?
I'm gonna be easy, because I think it wouldn't be too hard to deceive them what's happened here. He wants that triumph bad. Oh. It's okay. You succeed.
Yeah. Oh, God. Please, you have to help them. The Imperials. They didn't like our music.
So you
shouldn't have broadcast over the wideband.
So all this is going on. These other ones are all running to him, and groups of large Wookiees are grabbing them and, like I say, moving them off. But one of the larger elder types reaches out and grabs you and holds you as you're stooping to a knee and collapsing, and holds you up. He just begins yelling in your face, waving his arms back and forth. On his female counterpart there, rushes forward towards Drome, and screaming out and bellowing.
Yes, we bought Drome.
Okay, at this point, we're going to have Geraldo blackout as well, just from it. Okay, so at this point here, we'll say a couple days have passed by. You guys are awakened weakly in your bed, weakened, but you all have a couple hit points back from over 0, but you're still carrying your critical injuries. But you hear the sounds of the jungle around you, and you're in a comfortable little thatched hut, looking up at the ceiling, and you can hear the rain pitter-pattering around.
My eyes open, and I'm just like, oh, what happened? Are we on the ship?
You see Geraldo sitting in a chair next to him. He's just staring at you.
What's left of my eyes open, and I'm just like,
He's just hollow there. You're just like, I can't see anything.
I would assume there's a bloody rag just over my eyes at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can hear each other rousing.
I look to Geraldo, I'm like, what happened?
Why don't you tell me?
It's not what it looked like. It wasn't a real fight. The marshal we were taking out the tracker on the ship.
There was a tracker on the ship, and you knew about it then?
Yeah, and they were spying on us, so we had to act like it was an accident that we took it out. So we staged that whole gunfight, but we didn't realize they had a security feature. It looks like if the tracker was deactivated, a bomb went off.
But you didn't think to tell the captain about this at all, did you?
Look, it was a last-minute thing.
Oh, a last-minute thing?
I was just following orders.
When did he tell you, is my question.
Man, it's all a little bit fuzzy, but about half hour before we dropped.
Oh, I see. So, during the time that I encountered you and told you to make the list, then?
Geraldo, you don't understand. They had
Geraldo reaches over to a nearby bed and he picks up a pillow.
No, hey. No, Geraldo, please. They had the whole place bugged.
Lovely.
Do it.
They had the whole place bugged, did they? Oh, you knew about that as well.
No, I just assumed. He said we had to be covert. I was trying to help us.
You know what assuming does? It makes an ass out of you and me both.
Geraldo, and then I sit up and I'm like, I never could have saw this happen. Shh. Are you trying to smother me?
No, he's just shushing you gently. He sits down next to your bed. He has the pillow in his lap.
And then he smothers you.
Brawl track?
You know, if you had told me, perhaps I might have seen it coming. brawl check.
What? Are you really?
Oh. Can I do a boost? I'll put on some menacing music.
Dude, if he
Oh.
dies from a pillow, he's the least manly man ever. Just fucking KO'd by a pillow, dude.
2 success.
That's 3 success. So he takes the pillow, and he is doing exactly what you
Don't
imagined.
fucking
He
kill
grabs
me,
you,
man.
He throws
That's the
you
best
back
thing.
into the
Riker is
bed,
best
and he's
friend.
smothering you.
Riker is
Dude,
best
I
friend from what's
succeeded
happening.
in that role, and I was so happy only to get smothered by a fucking
Pink guy,
flamer.
hang on. It's okay. I'm in the room, your best friend. I see what's
He's
up.
fucking
Wait a minute.
blind!
Yeah.
He doesn't see
Yeah.
shit!
I'm looking over and I'm just like, do it. Do it, master.
Well, wouldn't there be
Evil
Wookiee
droid.
guards in the room?
No, there's no. They're outside the door.
Alright,
Allowing you
whenever I
guys
feel
to
that
rest.
fucking pillow go over my face, I'm
Alright,
grabbing
in that
my
case,
gun.
that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be, assuming it's just plain might damage,
Brawl.
that would be 10 damage.
10 fucking... Well, I guess I die. Alright, you fucking kill me. Because if you're gonna make me unconscious, then I can't find back, you kill me.
Wait, would 10 put you unconscious again?
Yeah, we've only.
Well, I don't know
received
how
a
much I
couple of wounds.
regained. I thought we only got 2 wounds back.
I've given 2 wounds
Then,
back.
yeah, that makes me unconscious. You kill me, I suppose.
Riker's just like, what's that noise?
So, I'm just asking, are you going to kill me? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm fucking dead.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take his coat and his boots.
Well, I just got fucking team killed, so that's good.
And then Geraldo lifts your head and sets it on the pillow.
At this point, I'm like thrashing and kicking and attempting to... Oh, wait, shit. Well, I was for a second.
Well,
Riker, you gotta
Yeah,
fill in for
tentacle head.
science.
I don't.
You would
like
have also
this
heard the whole
character.
conversation, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tentacle Head knows that Riker and him are good friends, or old co-workers, I would say. And
John
if Riker
Steinfeld.
couldn't do shit, I'd assume Riker would pick up on what's going on and ask fucking Tentacle Boy to
Yeah.
either get help or go intervene.
You guys could yell out too, right?
Yeah. Riker's yelling, and I guess Tentacle Head's trying to break the two apart.
So next attack does...
Wait a minute.
7
They
damage.
didn't roll for fucking him trying to stop you. You're attempting to be stopped, right?
Yeah, but all
Okay.
they're doing is shouting out.
So with the screaming and yelling, the door opens up and 2 large Wookiees come walking in with carrying their cudgels.
At the very least, wouldn't there be another crit now because you?
Yeah, you guys roll the crit, but
yeah,
as this is happening, the Wookiees grab the pillow and yank it away and pull Geraldo back. But
Geraldo doesn't resist.
you're still rolling that crit though.
Yeah, I'll roll a crit.
But you're at plus whatever you're at.
10.
So
I think.
24. Yeah, 24. Good crit.
So the Wookiees are grabbing Geraldo in there and they pull him aside and they toss him towards his own bed. And they're standing there. You start yelling things incomprehensibly at him, roaring at everyone, and smacking their pikes into the ground to establish that they're maintaining control here and they're not going to have none of this.
Fair enough. But if you're going to interfere with me, he points to the bed. That's an Imperial spy right there. I think that you should lock all of us up.
So the Wookiee doesn't quite understand you. These ones are not quite as versed in common as most Wookiees that you would have run into.
Bleep,
try and
warp,
get it.
Gorger snap.
I'll try. And
Yeah,
get
that's
to
right.
him.
Okay, so the droid translates that, and they take Krell now, and they grab him harshly and drag him off. And Krell, you've been taken to your own little side
Well, at least I'm safe.
nest, if you will.
For now.
A witness protection.
Excuse me, Wookiee. My personal droid has been damaged. Could you perhaps fit me with some sort of harness that I can carry him with?
He just looks straight at you and just lets out the biggest Chewbacca roar right in your face.
I'll say it.
Throws you
but
back.
I'll add on with
Droom said that you would help us repair anything that we needed.
So at this point here, you guys, the two larger Wookiees, take stance as this more distinguished-looking Wookiee enters in. He doesn't say anything. He just looks on. You can see him bares his teeth back a little bit, his lips showing, or his lips curl back, and he bares his teeth towards you a bit. And he looks back and forth. And he just lets out a little bit of a sound. Nods his head back and forth a bit. He's looking towards Geraldo. He begins talking at Geraldo.
I don't understand a single thing that you just said.
I'll translate it to Geraldo, I guess.
So what he translates is that, are you the owner of the ship and this ragtag crew that have brought misfortune and disaster upon my village?
Shit.
Yes, that is correct. My name is Fabian Detroit. I am the owner of the ship, the Night Fister, and I am also the head dancer and lead singer of the.
He doesn't care about your dancing and singing.
Oh,
I'll add in the Spooky Bunch anyway, because it needs to be said. He needs to know who we are.
He wishes to know what it's going to take. That we need to ascertain what it's going to take to fix your ship and get you off this planet now. Because he feels that an Imperial attack is coming soon.
I'm not so sure about an Imperial attack. I believe that we got rid of the transmitter, and which is why the bomb went off.
You can see him. You can tell he's becoming agitated. He reaches over and grabs WD-40 and holds him up by the neck, and his legs are dangling. And he grabs one of WD-40. Leg is dangling, and grabs WD-40's arm, and he's like, "You wish for me to pull the arm off your smart mouth droid, or are we going to talk serious?"
Well, Geraldo reaches a hand up and scratches at his head. To be quite honest with you, we were doing a service to Droom. Honestly, we intended to come here, stop, repair our ship if it was possible, and to leave. If it is possible to have our ship repaired, then we will do so.
So, seeing that you're actually being serious for once, he puts the droid down. He begins talking back in more calm voice. Unfortunately, your ship has been damaged. We've ascertained the damage, and our main mechanic, who would be able to fix this, is unattainable at the moment. He has gone to help a resistance group that we have further out in a cave system. And for any repairs on your ship to be done, you would need his help. So I'm afraid you're stuck here unless you're willing to help us find him or retrieve him. But like I say, we must prepare for battle. This village is on all full attention. We've hidden ourselves from these Imperial scum for many years, but unfortunately, your presence and your transponder, which we found the remains of, have given the Imperials our location. We feel that an attack is imminent. We must prepare for this.
So I'm chilling out in my cell, and is that cool if I say so? If I try to get out of here, because I'm gonna go to the guard and I'm gonna be like, look, you have been very much misinformed. I want to go back and get some medical attention.
He just bares his teeth at you. You can see him holding his large axe.
Does he understand basic or no?
Most of the Wookiees here don't speak basic. They're actually very more primitive. They're a lot more primitive than the ones you would see out in the the inner rim or whatnot.
Well, I just try to do some large gestures that
You speak in
say that I need
Italian,
a
right? With your
doctor.
arms.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to tell him that I need some medical attention.
Points to his bleeding groin.
Yeah.
No, I point to my large blast wounds all over my body and my torn up coat.
Okay, so he steps outside the door, and you look out your window as he goes, and you see him swing on a vine. But he did lock the door before he left, and he swings on a vine like a big ape, out of your sight beyond the foliage. You would hope that he's going to get help.
I like to believe you would.
Well, Geraldo, in reply to the chieftain, he'll glance around. Well, personally, I don't wish to get involved with your squabbles, and I've never slept with a Wookiee woman before.
He just roars at you. Our squabbles! You brought this to us!
We were paid to do so. If you have any quarrel with me, then you should take it up with Droom.
Droom is unconscious. He was hit very hard.
Well, if you go into the ship, I have some very powerful stimulants somewhere.
We have
sure
searched
they
your
will,
ship. All we
Yo, I have
found,
stim packs!
all we found was some data pads and stim packs and other paraphernalia.
Wait, I just realized I have stim packs. Well, I'm gonna inject myself with 2 stim packs.
You don't have them with you, unless you're carrying
They're
them
in
on
my
your
coat,
body.
I assume.
Oh, okay. If you had them in your coat, then I guess you would have one.
Yeah, I had 2, so...
Because they didn't search you guys over. They just laid you in beds. Obviously, you were not too much of a threat.
Oh!
So I'm actually at a decent amount of wounds right now.
Did they take our, like, obvious weapons?
Yeah, they would have disarmed you guys, obviously. You know, if you're carrying... they're not going to have you guys sit there and shoot them in the face, so obviously they would have taken your weapons away.
Okay, Geraldo will, he'll look around and, well, what do you think, Dicker? What's wrong with your face? God, you're disgusting. Ugh.
Riker would be at a slight loss for words, still getting used to the fact that he can't fucking see. And
This whole started because I took 200 credits off here.
yeah, he's just rather quiet at the moment, trying to control his breathing.
Hold on, let me find a mirror. You need to see this. Is there any sort
you
of
would
mirror?
notice that his right hand starts moseying around his waist as if looking for a blaster after that comment. He looks rather tilted right now.
By the gods, man, I mean, it's like I don't know even how to describe it. It's like, oh, someone dragged your face around the around a road.
He seems to like not believe him at first, but eventually his left hand comes up and starts feeling around his face to try and see how much damage was actually done to his gorgeous mug.
Like someone dipped their testicles in a food processor.
Shut up! I don't need to hear this right now, man. He's just fucking ripping onto the bed sheets, gritting his teeth. At this point, he just goes silent and focus on calming himself.
The chieftain, he's been listening and contemplating everything that's being said. He wishes that when you guys are well, that have you come and join a feast to celebrate his son's return. Everyone's going to be weak, obviously, and they'll try to keep things to a minimal.
And he
But they
says
do-
this out loud?
They do have to celebrate. Yes, it's good for everybody to hear.
Celebrate your son? What about the fact I can't fucking see?
He just looks over at you and... Okay, so we got 45 is awake and well, I believe. He didn't lose a limb or anything. He's just, at this point there's a droid working over top of him, or a droid, God. A Wookiee working on him. He's very minimal skills, but he's able to reinitiate 45. And so 40, you do have one wound, but you do look down at yourself, and you see a lot of your wires are hanging out, and you have black scarring and scorching up and down your carapace, if you will.
Oh no.
He's sitting there trying to push buttons and push you back together.
So Hiroto manages to find a mirror eventually. Oh! Here! Take a look.
Riker would hesitate for a moment, but eventually accept the mirror, quite curious himself. And he brings it up and looks at his face and notices the obvious fucking gash going straight across horizontally his eyes, and which also took out the bridge of his nose. And the slight burns that peppered which was he facing? The left side of his face. I could jump off this tree face and land face first onto the ground. I'd still look better than you, Geraldo. So, I mean, say what you want to say.
Hiroto leans forward. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and he leans in. You don't actually mean that, though.
Oh, but do I? Alright, man, you're getting a little bit too close. Come on now.
Okay. But I know the truth.
Okay, so you guys can, at this point, if you guys are feeling well enough, the night festivities have been initiated, and you're being invited to go there at this point.
This is when I decide that I'm a man of action. I'm getting out of this fucking hut because I want to party. And so I'm gonna one last time. I'm gonna go up to that guard and be like, "Is there anyone I can talk to?"
Okay, so the guard looks at you, and you see him. He unlocks the door and opens it.
At this point, I'm.
But
is he letting me out?
He grabs hold of you, and before you know it, you're swinging across on these vines over, and he's climbing up. Okay, so the Wookiees here now are here to help you and move you guys up, but they have where you guys are standing right here. You can, if you look straight above you, there's a crane begins to lower down.
Okay, so a crane lowers a platform.
Yes, and you guys are able to get on that and make your way along the walkways here of the upper. You're being escorted further in. Okay, so there's many Wookiees looking on as you guys are going, and they're kind of, keeping an eye on you as you make your way along the walkways of the upper part of the tree. So you guys can make your way around this large structure here towards the festivities.
You see Geraldo is staring at you. And he's got a smile on his face.
I walk over to him.
No.
No, I'm walking over. I'm not gonna attack him. Like, look, I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but you know I'm innocent and do not do a thing wrong.
It's all right, Krell.
Hello, boys. How many people are at your table?
Wow. A Wookiee that speaks common.
It's very rare. You're not wrong.
I don't even know what to think. That's.
I'd like to see that. Are all of you people at the same table? Is that where we're at?
There's two tables. You guys have two tables to use.
You got two tables. Oh boy, I have to contact my hostess. Oh, that's not great.
Did you say hostess?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gender identify, but yes, sure, my hostess.
Well, that's fantastic. I love it when you gender identify. Why don't you send your hostess right over to us?
Well, no, she's done her job. I'm gonna do my job now. I'm here to serve you guys. What can I get for you?
Okay, so as you guys are doing all this, you see the Wookiee there. He bellows out, flaps his hands together there, and you see a couple Wookiees come swooping down from the trees, and they land down in front of you, and they're carrying instruments, and they begin playing music.
Listen, I'm not going to ask you guys one more time. If you guys want to get water or tea or a soda, please.
You heard what I said. I want a hostess. Bring me your finest Wookiee woman.
No, the hostess's job is done. You got me. You got me, boy. I'm now your waiter or waitress, whatever you think. wherever fits in your gender identifying thing. I'm
No,
here.
it's fine. You won't serve me? Geraldo steps out, walks over
No,
by the fire.
I'm gonna serve you. Get back over here, boys. I snap my fingers. Get him over here back to the table. He's here to be served. He's gonna get over here and do it. We're
He
here.
has
We're
to be
here.
served,
We're
man.
here to have a meal. That's what we're doing. You know, here in this fucking place of establishment.
Hey,
No, you're
I go up to
absolutely wrong.
Geraldo.
We're here to have a party.
I go up to
No.
Geraldo and I say, hey, we cannot beat arms. We are the fucking spooky bunch. And then I rush over to the Wookiee that has the instrument.
Wait,
I
did you
attempt
say
to take his
Spooky Bunch?
instrument.
I've heard of you guys. You guys are pretty famous around this.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
Yo,
back
next, if I
over
try to
here.
grab the Wookiee's instrument, will he try
Perhaps.
to resist?
Perhaps I can.
Yes,
get
he
you,
would. They're trying to play, but as you make moves to even get to these Wookiees, the other ones come in and block you off, stopping you.
Perhaps I can get you guys a discount. You know, because you're the Spooky Bunch. I appreciate your music, and my boss is a really big fan as well.
I go to him, I say, don't discount us. Let us play right now.
Buddy, you can play. That's fine.
We have permission.
So you guys are gonna start.
After dinner, of course.
Okay, yeah. So as they're doing this, the Wookiee shaman there, or chieftain, bellows towards Pesh. Obviously, Pesh is being a general host here. That the meal time is time to start. So he's to begin bringing in the food.
So it's like a Brazilian steakhouse, like where they have like people walking around with like trays of meat.
Yeah, the food is barbecued takarn ribs with forest honey cakes, and they are serving Grorim wine.
God, I love Brazilian steakhouses.
Yeah, listen, you know, if you guys could stay seated, we'll take care of you. It's kind of like what we do here.
Is that so?
No, it is absolutely so, and I'd appreciate you not questioning me because this is kind of my job. It's what I do. It's the only thing I do. I've been raised to do this. My mother was, you know, a Brazilian steakhouse waitress. My dad was a Brazilian waiter. You know, we go on generations. So you know what? Just sit tight, relax, man. We'll take care of you, buddy.
So Geraldo points over your shoulder to her, I assume.
Yes,
So then why haven't you served her to me then?
Well, you know,
that's the
the
chieftain's
first-
wife.
the first course is just, you know, mountains of meat. We'll get to that. You know,
Yes,
perhaps
mountains of meat. Why haven't you served her to me yet?
again, course one. We got 3 courses to go through. You know, if you want to get there, we'll get there, boy.
Are you sure? Because she looks like 3 courses to me.
Well, that's course 4, 5, and 6. You know, just wait for it.
So as you guys are talking, you see this other Wookiee come walking on, and he's dressed in these large robes that are flailing down, and he begins pointing up towards the sky, almost like he's telling a meme-type tale of Wookiee history, and you can see little sparks of flash and stuff, and he's speaking in Wookiee. And he's telling, you know, heroic tales of the past. The droids would understand what's being said.
Hey, listen, Geraldo, pay attention to this. This is very important. This is very, very inclusive in our history. It's good for you to watch. You know, put your dick away. Put your dick away for a minute.
So he tells about
Fine.
the battles of the ancient days when they used to fight the beasts of the Shadowlands and the dangers that were there and the tests of the Wookiees. And they tell of the stories of how the darkness came with the white shells and the Empire, how they have came and decimated the sacredness of their land. And they tell more of how they need to rebel and fight back and ultimately free their people from this scourge that's come across their planet.